Hello, Bev Hetherington here. Om Shanti, Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me. So One Posture Wednesday, it's going to be happening a little bit later on a Wednesday. So it'll probably be around this time, maybe 1:30. Just for those of you that are following my YouTube channel. And I thought today we would look at, as we're starting to come up from the ground for the warrior work, as you can see, I can't go too high as I'm in my loft today. I thought we'd do baby warrior. So this leads beautifully on from last week's postures where we did a high lunge, and the week previous we did a low lunge. So I'm trying to give you the version that's lower to the ground first, and then the version that's higher up from the ground. And you know, it's really important to choose which one you want to take during your practice. So, you know, even if you're in a flow style class, you can always come down onto the back knee, whether it's in a low lunge Anjani Asana or a baby warrior, which I'm going to show you today. And you can even do a baby triangle from the ground as well. Baby Parsvakonasana, side angle posture. So we'll move through all of these over the next, the coming weeks. So as always, you can get these from my website. That's www.nutri, N-U-T-R-I, the number 5 and then plus, P-L-U-S. www.nutri5plus.co.uk. And if you go onto that, you'll come to the front page, scroll down to the white writing in services and classes, click on that and it will take you to my current schedule. So this class is being live streamed from studios as well, so you can catch me from home in a studio if you wish to practice with me. And I offer lots of different variations of classes, of styles, so do check out my schedule. If you go down to Wednesday, you'll see there's a hyperlink in brackets. Click here, go to that, and it will take you to my YouTube channel. You've got videos on there, and then if you click specifically on videos, it will bring you all to these One Posture Wednesdays I've been doing, and I think this is number 23. So let's start. So I would normally suggest to come from tabletop. You know, a lot of you find downward dog quite a strong posture. So, you know, you can always do this posture for as long as feels available, and then bring the knees down and come to tabletop. And you can come at these postures, the warrior work, from downward facing dog. Obviously that's a much further space to step, stride. And you know, you don't have to have, this has already been workshopped on the One Posture Wednesday. You can let the foot where it wants to land, let the foot drop where it wants to land. Bring the hand around the calf and help to step it forwards. You know, the back knee can come down again if that's challenging for you. And of course, the way to do it with a shorter stride is from kneeling, from tabletop. So I would invite, just let's settle into the breath for a moment. Softening the gaze, closing the eyes. Try not to collapse in the upper chest. Try to gather in the front ribs into the back body. Engage the knees under the hips, the shins, the top of the feet, and the 10 toes and toenails. Really spread the toenails into the earth. Activate the heel of the hand, the palm, the knuckles, fingers and thumb tips, and the pads too. Invite the crown and heart forwards and the tail backwards. Broaden through the collarbones and your hip bones. And let's just watch that natural rhythm of breath. And then we'll slowly invite it to cultivate, to grow into the body. So breathing into the nose, throat, chest and belly. Send that belly broad and wide. Fill up the body with breath. A moment's pause and exhale to the lower back and the middle back and the upper back and out of the nose. So we've closed the mouth. A moment's pause. Let's go again. Inhale the nose, throat, chest, and belly, full and wide. Pause. Exhale, lower back, middle back, upper back, top of head, tip of nose, and out of nostrils to pause. On the next inhale, we're going to step that right foot between the hands. If that's too long a stride, let it drop where it lands, take the hand around the calf and bring it forwards. So the foot is dead center. It's in the middle of the two hands. Have a look at your back knee and take that right hand on the inside of that front foot and start to turn around in a semicircle towards your left and pivot on the back knee. So if you find the back knee doesn't like that, got a blanket here, you can use the full length, so it's a rectangular shape, the full length of the blanket to support the knee, shin, top of the foot and toes. So we come on up and we're inviting that front foot, the toes to be straight forwards. However, if you have an injury into your right hip or your knee, or maybe even your front right foot, you might slightly turn the toes in. So this is giving an awareness of the space in the hips. And quite often as we sit in chairs, we have reduced space here. For those in the Eastern world that squat a lot, they tend to have more open space in the hips. Not necessarily, but on a general, potentially. So choose where feels right for you. Notice that the knee is directly over the ankle. You know, we don't want it coming forwards towards the toes. We want a perfect stack of the joint. Don't worry if it's further back. And try to have the hip square. So drop that right hip and really lift the left. So they're square like headlamps to the front of the room. Really activate that back foot. Spread the toes again. Use the top of the foot. And inhale, take the arms up in line with the shoulders and look out over the front fingers. And relax the shoulders and reach through the fingers, front, all the way along the chest and heart and into the back arm and fingers. Tuck the chin slightly so it's parallel with our mat. And imagine somebody's rolling that front thigh from the inside thigh over the top and back. Same with the hips. So we're opening up. Relax the glutes. Draw the belly in so we can apply the bandhas here, the lifts and locks in the body. Uddiyana Bandha, we're drawing from pubic bone to navel and from navel to heart. As we draw the abdominals in, up and back, relax the glutes and send the tail down. You could even apply Mula Bandha if you want. This is from pubic bone to tailbone. And if you drop the chin a little to the chest, you can apply Jalandhara Bandha there. If you're applying all of them, it's called Mahabandha. Relax the shoulders, reach out an inch or so beyond the fingers to the space. Keep activating the feet and toes. And this is our baby warrior pose. And from here, you might inhale, reach out beyond the fingers. And as you exhale, you might take the hands down either side of the front foot. You might pivot around on that back knee. We've got the blanket for protection. And step back to our tabletop. And we can go to the other side from here. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see me from the front, both sides. So you might even keep your blanket in place if you wish for in a moment's time. And our tabletop position, every joint is stacked. Don't lock the elbows, crook of the elbows face each other. Acknowledge the breath once again, breathing into the nose, throat, chest and belly. Let it swell full and round as we pause. Exhale, lower back, middle back, upper back, top of head, tip of nose, out of nostrils to pause. The next inhale, let's step that left leg between the hands. And know if it doesn't want to go there, if it's too long, that stride, that space rather for that stride, let it land wherever it likes and help it forward. So the foot is in between the hands, look at the back knee, and we start to take that pivot. So we invite the left hand on the inside of the front foot, and we start that movement all the way around as we pivot on the back knee. Be careful to that knee. And from here, we climb up the spine. So we're slowly starting to stack. So I like to have the front heel in line with the front knee. The front knee is directly below the right hip now. The left hip is relaxing, so the hips are square and they're pointing straight forwards. We're applying Mula Bandha from pubic bone to tailbone, drawing in those Kegel exercises, the perineum lifts. We're drawing Uddiyana Bandha, so that abdominal lock, that lift up from pubic bone through to navel, and perhaps a tuck of the chin, and we take the gaze out beyond the fingers. Relax the shoulders, roll them down your back, and reach to the space beyond both sets of fingers. Keep thinking about, we're not trying to jut the chest out. There is a lift in the side ribs, but we're not collapsing in the lower back. We're bringing that support with the bandha control in the belly to relax the glutes and send the tailbone down. Consider again, the front knee, your left knee, the one over the ankle, is stacked there. And again, you might turn the front foot in slightly if that's better for your knee and hip. You're thinking that somebody's taking that inner left thigh and they're rolling it back and down with that left glute to ground. Breathing in and out for one. You might even have a play with balance here and see if you can close your eyes. Breathing in and out for two. Really starting to draw up on that right knee, pulling up on the thigh all the way up into the right hip and then relaxing that right glute. Breathing in and out for three. And then you might inhale, windmill those arms down either side of that front foot, pivot on the back knee, be careful. Step the front foot to the back of the mat for that tabletop. And from here, you might slowly sit down towards your heels for child's posture. You might have maybe something underneath your seat, perhaps it's something soft like a pillow or a cushion, and maybe something for your forehead. If you don't have props, you can use books, pillows, cushions, blankets, your hands. If it's quite strong for the top of the feet, you know, you can always add in your blanket a little bit lower down, maybe make it a bit fuller, a bit larger, so that you're giving yourself as much support for the joints as required. You can have the arms forwards, or if you wanted, you might bring the knees and ankles to touch and bring the hands alongside the feet. As we start to acknowledge that golden afterglow of that posture, baby warrior. Press the palms into the earth and climb up the spine, bringing the head up last. Exhale. Well done. So that's Baby Warrior 2. So next week I'll be showing Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So you'll then have the choice of coming from the ground or from standing. Thanks so much for joining me. It's always wonderful to get your comments, and I'll see you next week. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you. Om Shanti. Namaste. Bye.